jump, like a kangaroo. Jump, jump, like a kangaroo. Jump, jump, like a kangaroo. Let's sing the animal song. Let's swing our noses like an elephant. Swing, swing, like an elephant. Swing, swing, like an elephant. Swing, swing, like an elephant. Let's sing the animal song. Let's count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shake, shake, like a rattlesnake. Shake, shake, like a rattlesnake. Shake, shake, like a rattlesnake. Let's sing the animal song. Let's fly like a pelican. Fly, fly, like a pelican. Fly, fly, like a pelican. Fly, fly, like a pelican. Let's sing the animal song. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sleep, sleep, like a koala. Sleep, sleep, like a koala. Sleep, sleep, like a koala. Let's sing the animal song. Wake up!
Hi everybody. I thought you might like that song today. I've brought some more of my cuddly toys today. Ones that we haven't seen before. There we go, you can sit there. Now, our story today is called The Obvious Elephant. And it's by Bruce Robinson and Sophie Wyndham. Imagine a town in a country where a simple thing like an elephant had never been seen or heard of before. Well, not so long ago, there was a town exactly like that. And one day, the people awoke to find an elephant sitting bewildered in the main square, mopping his brow with a red spotted handkerchief and wondering how he got there. At first, the people were afraid of him, but he seemed so friendly that they soon lost their fear and went over to speak to him out of curiosity. "What's your name?" they asked. "And what are you?" "I don't know," said the elephant, "and I haven't got a name, and I don't know what I am." The people all looked confused. How could a thing as big as that have no name and not know what he was? "You've got no business not to have a name," they said. "You've got no business not knowing what you are." "I know what he is," said a little boy who was 7 3/4 and known locally for telling tall stories. He told them he'd seen bears on the moon before. His name, and it was his name because it was embroidered in either sock, was Eric, and no one ever listened to Eric. "I know exactly what he is." "Quiet," said the policeman. "I'm going to poke him with this stick and see what he does." The policeman poked him, and as expected, the elephant didn't like it. I don't think I'd like being poked with a stick either. "Maybe it wants plugging in," said someone. "Wants wiring up." "He's not electric," said Eric. "Look at that nozzle on him," someone said. "What's that for?" No one knew except Eric, and no one was listening to him. "All right, I've got it," said the train driver. "It's obvious what it is. It's a new type of railway engine. So they took the elephant to the railway station and connected him to a train. But he wouldn't move. Why doesn't he go? Asked everyone. Give him some coal. But I don't like coal, said the elephant. I like buns and cakes. If you like buns and cakes, said the train driver, then you can't be a train. I wonder what you could be. I'll tell you what he is, said Eric. Oh, do be quiet, Eric, said various grown-ups. Do you think that Eric knows the answer? I think he might. All right, it's obvious what he is, said the fireman. He's a fire engine. Look at his hose. That's what that long nozzle is. Give him to me. I'll put a fire out with him. So they took the elephant to a fire and pointed him at the flames. But he didn't like that at all, and he was frightened of the red and yellow blaze. Oh, goodness me, poor elephant. He was a little bit scared. Oh, no, 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 no. He can't be a fire engine, said the dustman. He doesn't like fire. But it's obvious what he is. What's that? They all asked. Except Eric, who knew already. He's a modern type of refuse collecting machine, said the dustman. A type of vacuum cleaner. So they took the elephant round the street to empty all the dustbins. But the elephant sucked up so much rubbish from them that he nearly burst. He's no good, they said. He's a rotten thing, whatever he is. He can't do anything. The elephant looked upset. But he must do something, said the train driver, the fireman and the dustman. Let's take him to the professor to get him examined. Goodness me, only Eric knows the answer. I wonder if the professor will have the same answer. The elephant looked frightened. Don't worry, said Eric, holding up the great big ear to whisper. The professor is a nice old duffer, and anyway, I'll come with you. Will you? Said the elephant. Of course I will, said Eric. I'll look after you. The elephant seemed very happy to have found a friend, and circling Eric with his trunk, he lifted him up and put him on top of his head like a hat. All eyes were looking up at Eric. It was a good place to sit, and off they all went to see the professor. Wonder where he lives. Said the professor. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. He took measurements and photographs, some with Eric in them, made detailed drawings, carried out scientific tests and worked out plans. And at last he came to his conclusion. What do you think the professor's going to say? Do you think he's going to know he's an elephant? Let's have a little look. At first, said the professor, I thought this great big, enormous and quite huge thing might have been a strange sort of submarine. Oh, it was the periscope that confused me. But after further research and consultation with my friend the driver, I now feel sure, and I'm confident to tell you, that it is... Yes, they all said. It is, said the professor. Yes. A big, The professor hesitated, trying to remember the word. A big... Yes. A big what? An elephant! Shouted Eric, still on the elephant's head. Yes, confirmed the professor. That's what it is. An elephant? No more, no less. An elephant, they said. What's that? It is, said the Professor, what you see in front of you. But what does it do? They asked. Well, it does nothing, said Eric. It's simply an elephant. Yes, of the long-nosed variety, added the Professor. Well, they said, that makes all the difference then. If he's an elephant, he's an elephant. We can't think why we didn't think of it before. I wonder if this elephant has a name. The people of the town were very proud and pleased with their elephant. So pleased they built him a special house and a garden in the park, with a greenhouse to grow his vegetables, melons and carrots and cucumbers, which the Professor discovered was his proper food, and not buns and cakes. Thank you for my lovely house, said the elephant to all his guests at the moving-in party. But if you wouldn't mind, there's one more thing I would like. You can have anything, they said. What is it? I would like a name, he replied. I wonder what you'd call